It's been a year, guys. What is up? It's been a long time since I've made a video. I'm actually missing it a lot. I'm itching to get back to video creation. Um, Honestly, for me, for myself, my training videos, and just getting back into producing more bodybuilding related media. I miss that a lot, and that's one part of me that I haven't been flourishing in because I set it aside for an actual purpose. Um, I didn't just drop out. I didn't just quit. It was set aside for a purpose. I I got off social media for nearly a year, specifically to focus mainly on myself, my career, my family, and what I wanted to do with bodybuilding. I felt like social media wasn't a distraction or a deterrent in a way, but it was almost like, I was playing the comparison game. I also had no purpose on really being on there, and I also felt a little bit of, I would say, self-consciousness in the fact that I wasn't producing the level of not only content but producing the physique that I really wanted to show you all. And with all that going through my head, circling around, I just decided to step away from it for a little bit of time. And really, who missed me? I'm not a big guy. I don't have 1.3 million followers. It was for me and myself, and protecting myself and protecting where I want to go, and protecting my future. And it turned out very well. Stepping away from social media just for a little bit gave me a broader perspective of who I wanted to be, where I wanted to go, and who I should have been all along. And I jumped in two shows back to back, and I nationally qualified both times in men's physique. Now, mind you, every single time I've prepped, and as you know, if you're a subscriber and you've been for 10 years plus, I've always done a video log of my prep. I've always done road to this and road to that and talk, blah, blah, blah. And this time I told myself I would absolutely not create any videos. I would not post anything. I would just stay quiet, go into the shadows, train, and compete. And that's exactly what I did. And I produced a physique that I was happy with, especially having not competing for 2 years and being, going from powerlifting, which I was like 200, almost 240 pounds, deadlifting 700 plus pounds, benching 400, almost 450 pounds. So, going on that realm of things, so total opposite of bodybuilding, and then going right back into bodybuilding that next year with also a career shift into charter school teaching. So, I mean, there's, over the, what was it, last December, just recently, I competed in those two shows for men's physique. I always wanted to do men's physique. And this time I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give it a go. I have, pretty decent legs, but they're not classic level and they're definitely not bodybuilding level. And I have an incredible back, and my midsection gets tight, but my conditioning is always the flaw. But I knew with my shoulder roundness, my arms, my chest, my back, I would, in the flow I would place high. And out of like 17 guys in the first show, I placed second or third in one class, and then the next class I placed second. And then the most recent show, NPC Excalibur, one of the big shows in California, local shows, amateur shows, I placed second in the open. So that was extremely motivating for me, especially being on the outside, because there's guys that file in on stage. I'm the last one on stage, and they call my number to go to the center and with Louise, and that was just an amazing feeling. And it was a lot of pretty good competitors there, and that's where I should have been. I've been very inconsistent lately. I've been jumping, from 2016. If you followed me since that, I've won that show, or not won that show, but won my class in men's classic physique. And then a few years later, I started to compete in both classic physique and bodybuilding. Bodybuilding I did okay in. I took second at one show, but I got blown out all the other shows. So I didn't really find my rhythm. And then men's physique, right now, I feel like I'm very big for that division. But then again, I look at the pros, and I'm like, the pros are absolutely massive. And I think all I have to do is bring in my conditioning, like super, super tight, and I will fit right in with the pros. I have absolutely no doubt that when I bring conditioning, I'm gonna look just like the pros. Some people think I still personal train. That's another update. I haven't been personal training for about 2 years now. That is not something that I enjoy anymore. I did that for a long time. I mean, it was like, I would say, my first profession, being a teenager, and then all the way up into my 30s. I just lost love for it, and I started to turn a little bit more selfish, and started turning more energy towards me. And I felt like that it helped me, but also was hurting my clients too. So I decided to shift careers and be in something more firm, and associate myself with the younger generation. And I turned into a teacher. I've always had my substitute certification, but I actually committed to full-time teaching about a year and a half ago now. So I've been doing that, and I'm deciding now. This is the second year right now. I'm a sixth grade math, science, and social studies teacher, and I'm deciding right now to focus, going forward, I want to focus on middle school, sixth to eighth grade, primarily math, primarily, and then some type of coaching involved as well. So that's been a major life shift for me, away from fitness coaching, bodybuilding coaching, and it's been humbling, and it's been extraordinary to learn every single day, read every single day, and be a leader every single day. I just couldn't imagine if I was still bodybuilding coaching. It's so saturated, and just, I mean, if you're like Will or like, Hani Rambod, or you're a top level coach, you're doing the thing. But if you're just trying to start out in this industry, it's a lot of, it's a little oversaturated. So I'm glad that I'm out and I'm doing something different, but I'm always changing every 2 to 3 years. So who knows what's going to happen next. So currently right now, my physique, I feel pretty good. I am currently 12 weeks into off season and going in, I think this is week 13 of off season, and completely different from any off season before. I'm not fluffy, I'm not fat, I have lines still. I'm pretty good condition, so I know that this prep coming up going into nationals, which is in the summer, is going to be incredibly smooth, especially with a coach and a team. I am my body's resting around 217, 218. Today I'm 221. We just bumped up the food. I feel great. I'm big, like always in off season, and I'm strong. I feel really, really great. But my main prerogative was to keep lines and keep condition, and I believe I'm doing that well. Throw some clips in here of me posing right here. I feel, like I said, I feel pretty good, and I don't see anything going south. I only see myself going up, and I know what I need to work on, and my coach does as well, so I'm just gonna follow his lead. It's just 5 days a week of training, nothing crazy, a little bit of cardio. I know we're gonna ramp it up very soon here going into the show and nationals, which is in the summer in Vegas. I expect it to be high quality competition. I expect it to be a ton of people there, a ton of athletes. I don't expect it to be any less than 30 to 40 to 50 men's physique athletes, and I am not afraid at all. I am not timid, and I am poised, and I'm ready to be top two. Top two turns pro. So if I win my class or take second in my class, I turn professional that day. If that doesn't happen that day for some odd reason, I will continue going forward until I turn professional, and that is the goal. Now, saying that goal confidently, saying that goal to you all does not make me shudder in any way. That's been the goal since I decided to go back to bodybuilding in December. So, with my confidence and with my flow I have right now, and the motivation and discipline I have, I can move forward on a smooth track, and I know that for sure when I put in the work and stay consistent, something will happen, because I've just been working too long and too hard for anything else other than my goals to be accomplished to happen. Just going into the gym now is much more, I have much more of a direction, versus just kind of lollygagging, going in for a pump, taking my pre-workout, skipping workouts or skipping meals. Like that can't happen anymore, and it doesn't happen anymore. It's much harder sometimes, getting out of bed and knowing that I have to eat 6 meals a day, or I have to weigh out my food every single time. I was lackadaisical with that this past year. Powerlifting also allowed me to be a little bit more flexible. I can eat whatever I want. I was eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, stuff like that, and just kind of not tracking my food and just lifting heavy as possible. And now that entire structure has shifted when I went back into my own self-prep into the last 2 shows. Hiring this coach has also dominated my mindset with structure. And to be honest with you, I thought it would be extremely hard. It's actually easier because every single day I wake up, I know exactly how much I need to eat. I know exactly how much I need to weigh, when to eat. I know how much I need to weigh out. So it's a lot smoother and easier, although it is a lot more work required. I feel great. I feel like it's a little robotic, and I feel like that is what makes it great, because I am kind of type A at this point, especially with school teaching. I'm just more structured. And once he starts ramping up things or telling me to do this, to take this or do that, it's going to be easy because I'm just going to follow the method and just go for it. And when you have a goal, when you have an A to a B, and you know exactly, you have a vision, you know exactly where you want to go and where you want to be, everything becomes easier and greater. You know, when I go into Lifetime Fitness nowadays, it's a great gym, but I go into these gyms and I just see a lot of people who are not, I would say, dedicated to their craft, if they have a craft at all in the gym. Like whether it's someone who wants to do a triathlon, who wants to swim, who wants to bike, who wants to run, who wants to be strong, who wants to be leaner. Like I see a lot of people who are just kind of floating. They're just kind of going about. They're on their phones, they're texting or laughing at their texts or scrolling or the news. It's a lot of that going on. And I noticed once I shifted away from like just going to the gym to go to the gym, and I started going, like making and carving my own path and like leading it towards a destination, everything shifted. Mindset shifted. Everything shifted. Everything changed. So if that, if there's one like contrast and difference between 2024, 2023, and all the other preps, it's completely different mindset. I'm not doing it for clout. I'm not doing it for fame. I'm not doing it for likes. I'm not doing it for anything. I'm doing it because I said I wanted to do it. I'm doing it because that boy 10, 15 years ago who set this goal hasn't accomplished it yet. So I'm doing it to fulfill a mission, fulfill a sole purpose. And once that's complete, then maybe something magic would happen and another sole purpose will come about once I'm a pro. But right now it's not about the accolades. It's not about the IFBB Pro belt. It's not about the wolf bag and the badges and the medals behind me. It's not about any of that kind of stuff. It's about fulfilling a mission that I've always said I wanted to do, and being a man of my word, and showing that young boy who set that goal that I can accomplish things that I say I'm going to accomplish with grit, with tenacity, and with determination. And I fully love this sport. It's my first love before any woman, before my own child. Like, this is the first love I've ever had. It's saved my life. It has saved my life multiple times. And I'm going to give it my all. And I hope to produce more. I don't like saying the word content; it's cringe. But I like to produce more media for you guys going forward. I'm praying that somewhere along the lines I get a media guy in my circle, and I find a gym that allows me to record and do more of the stuff that I like to do. So that is an update with you. The update with me, guys. And I'm 33. I'm still young, and I feel like I'm just getting started on this new chapter. And hopefully I bring more pages to this book so you guys can read and follow along. See you guys later.